Benoit Hardy Chandran is a lecturer and researcher, Temple University, Japan. He is now joining us from Tokyo. Benoit, thank you very much for your time and welcome to WION World is One. Give us a sense of the reactions wild on the streets of Tokyo, the naysayers following Shigeru Ishiba's change of heart and now saying that he will resign.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that people were calling for a long time. The approval rates of Prime Minister Ishiba were now former Prime Minister Ishiba. Well, he will remain Prime Minister until the party chooses the new leader, but the approval rates were very low. He had been presiding over two major election losses. The first election loss only a month after he became Prime Minister last fall, where the party lost its majority in the lower house. And now just 2 months ago, where the party, the LDP, lost its majority in the upper house. So it's been a very, very difficult year, or not even a year yet, actually, at this point, for Prime Minister Ishiba. And the pressure was mounting very fast. There had been many important figures in the LDP that had been calling for his resignation or for a vote in order to decide if he was to carry on. The pressure was really impossible for him to resist. In fact, I think many people in Japan, the people I've spoken to, the people, regular Japanese people, were surprised that he stayed as long as he did, considering the amount of pressure. So the fact that he finally stepped down today, less than 2 months after the second election defeat for his party or debacle, was something that was seen as a long time coming.
So what happens next? Many critics say it's going to be a chaotic road ahead for the nation and there could be a leadership crisis in Japan. Do you foresee that happening? And what's your view on potential contenders?
Yeah, well, we're talking about uncertainty here, but this uncertainty has been ongoing for several years, ever since former Prime Minister Abe, Shinzo Abe, who finished basically his last term in 2021 after a record-breaking, the longest tenure in post-war Japanese history. Since then, it's been a succession of prime ministers, and we've had already. This is the next one is going to be the fourth prime minister since the end of Abe Shinzo's reign over Japan. So this really illustrates how unstable Japanese politics have been. And this is just a continuation of what we have seen. So the road ahead is going to be very difficult indeed. There is going to be calls for uniting the party, probably around somebody who would be in a better position to unite the party, but also do more to unite the country, because trust in Japanese political elites has never been as low as it is now. To answer your second question about who might succeed Ishiba, well, you mentioned in your introduction some of the top candidates. Last time there was an LDP election for the leader of the LDP, Sanae Takaichi came as one of the top contenders. I would say one that we have to look for, and you did mention him a few minutes ago, is the agriculture minister, Koizumi. And the reason for that is Koizumi is by far the youngest of all the possible candidates. He is 44 years old, which is very young for Japanese politics, which tends to, all prime ministers tend to be usually easily over the 60s or 70s. So that would be a breath of fresh air, might unite, especially bring more younger Japanese people to support the party, because recently Japanese young people have been really disaffected, not only from politics, but especially from the LDP. So I think the candidates will have to watch for Takaichi, of course, Koizumi that I just mentioned, the former economic minister Kobayashi. Those are three of the top candidates, I would say, for the time being.
Mr. Benoit, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for talking to us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.